Divine and dreadful, his gaze strikes the land. The sun's cruel embrace like a merciless brand. His decree is final, all mankind is damned. Within his grasp all shall crumble to sand. Luminous, luminous, ruinous, ruinous, elegant, elegant, malevolent, malevolent, luminous, luminous, ruinous, ruinous, elegant, elegant, malevolent. Heaven lies sundered in ruins and ash. The angels lie slaughtered, all felled by his wrath. Your souls all must wander, deprived of your dreams, till hell rise to take you, all due to his schemes. Luminous, ruinous, elegant, malevolent, luminous, ruinous, elegant, malevolent. Luminous, luminous, ruinous, ruinous, elegant, elegant, malevolent, malevolent, luminous, luminous, ruinous, ruinous, elegant, elegant, malevolent. For now is the dawning, for now is his time. Your clock it is running, you'll pay for your crimes. Heavenly choirs descend into screams. Luminous fires burn throughout your dreams. Luminous, luminous, ruinous, ruinous, elegant, elegant, malevolent, malevolent, luminous, luminous, ruinous, ruinous, elegant, elegant, malevolent. Divine and dreadful, his gaze strikes the land. The sun's cruel embrace like a merciless brand. His decree is final, all mankind is damned. Within his grasp all shall crumble to sand. Luminous, luminous, ruinous, ruinous, elegant, elegant, malevolent, malevolent, luminous, luminous, ruinous, ruinous, elegant, elegant, malevolent.
Hello, everyone. As the true sun sets, so too must the malevolent sun rise. Welcome back to Draketide. Crimson will not be joining us today, unfortunately. But we do have the rest of our crew of shenaniganery, with Beansy, Knight. Both are
Hello.
here, and we're ready to get some top-tier shenanigans started, right?
Yep.
No.
So, it is the next day. Crimson was unable to join y'all on any quests today, because his character has a horrible hangover after getting drunk last night.
Yes.
Also,
A hangover.
also, someone turned him into a crab off screen.
No, he'll just be crabby.
He's just crabby because he has a hangover. But you guys wake up in the Adventurers Guild bunkhouse. And what's the plan for today, guys? You're in the You're in the shining city of Crystalia. As always, you wake up to the sound of the morning announcement, saying that curfew is over and sunrise has occurred.
I wonder if we can get a muffler for this room, for this house. I ask out loud.
I didn't hear a word you just said.
One moment.
Everything okay? Everything okay?
Help, God disconnected.
Great.
Sorry about that, everyone. Trice was calling, asking what I wanted for dinner. So, by the way, how the bunkhouse works is, it's sort of two communal sleeping areas, one for men, one for women. So it's just like a bunch of like bunk beds lined up, sort of like a barracks style. So you're sharing the room with like a bunch of other adventurers. And as you say, I wish you could get a muffler. People are like, unfortunately, curfews. Unfortunately, the local laws dictate that no building can have the citywide announcements silenced.
Rude.
I wonder who pulled the strings for that one.
Yeah.
Whoever makes the announcements, probably.
No, I'm wondering if it's a church themselves that made that rule, or someone within the church made the rule on their own.
I don't know.
Me neither. He was just one of those head thoughts.
Stop yelling at me.
I'm not yelling.
He's yelling at me. I missed the edgy guy who's dead in the bush.
Yeah, well, I need to go searching for a pack of cards and an apple crust.
You need to go searching for a pack of cards and a apple crust?
Apple pie crust.
Look, I know your entire thing is being, like, mentally feeble. What the living hell did you just say to me?
Is an apple pie crust one of the spell components for one of your spells?
Yes.
That makes sense.
I managed to remember my last two spells.
What were
transferred over?
What were they?
I guess I do potions, so I'll ask if there's, like, the dude sells the ability to throw poison at humans.
I managed to get Gift of Gab and Nathar's Mischief. No, actually, no. It's a Bugger in hell.
Spray of cards.
Spray of cards and gift of gab. Back up and
I swear
running.
to Jesus, if we're fighting kobolds again and your solution is throwing cards at them, I'm just walking off. Like, I'll let the kobolds eat you.
What
I'm not
happened?
sitting there while you play card tricks at them.
So, there is definitely a store where you can buy those at. If the spell components have a listed price, you have to pay. Otherwise, if there isn't a listed price, if it doesn't cost actual money in the spell description, you can find someone who... There's a baker who can give you a free crust if that's all you need, and there is definitely a pack of cards that you can get, but if it has a listed price in the spell description, you will have to pay that price for the thing.
Yep.
Hello, yes, baker, I've come here. I wish to cross.
And
It
we've got
seems to be a
a
custom.
crimson.
Hey! Speak of the
Well, that
devil,
one guy who
and
died
he
in the
shall
bush is
appear.
alive, yay.
We said your
Hey, we thought you
character
died.
was not around because hangover.
Meth.
Right, I'll
Frozen?
be on in like 5 minutes. I need to get a drink.
You just woke up?
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
we should have hits the vodka.
Not that kind of drink. Maybe.
He's
So
drinking
entirely
vodka.
that kind of drink, B&Z.
Yeah.
Ah.
We know the truth, Crims can't lie to us.
So you can definitely buy your spell components. That's not a problem. It's the city of 1,000 gems. There's a merchant who sells everything.
City of 1,000 gems.
Don't. Cancel.
Gems.
I want
So,
information.
you want information?
Deck of cards, no listed price. 54 spiral cards, each contains a mirror, but it's 35th row on the save. 2d7 force damage and has a blind condition until the end of next turn. On
Hey, anyone else notice
Why
that this
keep
Jeff the
the
guy
cards
kind of
up the-
sounds like he's talking through a blender?
What?
the deck of the spray of cards, I'm trying to figure out: do I keep the pack of cards after the spell's finished, or do I use
Does
up a pack
does
of
the
cards?
material component say the exact phrase which the spell consumes?
Yes.
You spray a 15-foot cone.
So look at
you can
the.
read this. You've got access to my character sheet.
That's fair. Let me read it. I can do that. Probably. I think.
You can't do it.
I can't. I'm blind. I've gone mad. I can't see anything. Spray of cards. Under material components, it says a deck of cards. You're good. It does not consume the deck of cards when you cast it.
Nice, nice, nice.
You just need to have one to do the incantation and cast the spell.
Now I just need to check Gift of Gabe.
Gift of Gabe.
Gift of fucking what?
So Gift of Gab doesn't require a pie crust. It requires 2 gold coins, which is consumed as a tax for using the spell. So, yes, you need to pay for that one. Because it's money.
Nope, wrong one. I'm thinking of the wrong one. It's not spray of cards. It's, Gift of Gab's the one. Hang on.
I have Gift of Gab pulled up. The material component is 2 gold coins, which is consumed as a tax for using
That's the
spell.
wrong one. That's the one we could put in. Natar's Mischief.
Nathlar's Mischief, huh?
Yeah.
A piece of
Nathlar's
crust from an
Gaming, huh?
apple pie. Yeah, it's not consumed, but if it spoils, it's not worth it. It won't cast the spell anymore, so That'll
You
work.
fill a 20-foot cube you can see within range with
With-
Fey and Draconic magic. Roll on the mischief surge to determine the magic effect prolonged. 1d4,
Produced.
1, the smell of apple pie fills the air, and each creature in the cube must. Okay, two bouquets of flowers appear around each of the creatures in the cube must succeed a dexterity save or throw blinds until the start of the next turn as flowers spray water in. Place one in the faces. 3. Each creature in the cube must success on a wisdom save throw or begin to giggle until they start their next turn. A giggling creature is incapable of using all its movements to move in a random direction.
Incapacitated.
Mozzarella appear. Drops of mozzarella appear.
Not mozzarella,
and hovers in the-
molasses.
I still don't know what that is.
Molasses is sugar byproduct, basically. It's what you mix with normal sugar to make brown sugar. It's a sticky brown syrupy thing.
So basically restrict their movements, got it.
Yep.
That sticky brown syrupy thing.
I don't know how else to describe molasses, man.
I don't know how to describe it, you're under arrest.
Okay, that all figured out. Then basically, I'm just gonna go to a bakery and see if I can get an apple pie crust.
I mean,
And-
so
But that
the spell's description
That's
says a
fine.
piece of crust from an apple pie, so you need to buy an apple pie, crack off a piece of it, and might as well eat the rest. You
I'll
can
just buy an apple pie.
You can buy an apple pie for, I'll say, 2 silver.
What does that translate to gold?
10 silver to the gold piece.
Okay, I'll buy an apple pie and a deck
So
of
is
cards.
buying an apple pie slice to use a spell what?
Yep.
It's magic.
It's magic. It
Nonsense.
wants weird things.
Yeah, it wants pie crust.
Okay, so I eat the pie, and I get a pie crust.
You eat the pie, and I keep the crust.
Yep, I eat the pie, and I get the crust.
Yep.
So I'm hungry. You go to 32. And the one next to it is a silver?
So, if you look at your character sheet, on Roll20,
Is it EP or SP?
SP is silver, EP is electrum. 5 silver to 1 electrum, 2 electrum to 1 gold. It's like a $50, basically.
Oh, right, American currency, got it.
Yeah. So basically,
That's not what I
a
wanted.
copper piece is a penny, a silver piece is a dime, an electrum piece is a $50. If that makes any sense to you. I don't know if it does.
Yep. Okay. And how much does a pack of cards cost me?
Fudging 1 copper, I guess.
$100,000.
It's like,
And how much is a copper to a silver?
again, 10. 10 copper to 1 silver, 10 silver to 1 gold, 10 gold to 1 platinum. The only weird
what-
one is electrum.
Okay, so 1 copper for a pack of cards?
1 copper for a pack of cards, so your silver would go down to 7, and your copper would go up to 9. Although, as you're in the sort of magic trip shop trying to buy a pack of cards, the guy's like, I get that you want a pack of cards. I can sell you a standard issue, like, penny farthing brand pack of cards for, like, a copper. But we have something kinda special for adventurers like yourselves, if you're interested. The man's a sort of, like, mustache twirling, stage magician looking guy.
Okay, let's see what's in the back.
So, he pulls out a sort of crystal, you know what a crystal bell is, right? Sort of display case thing. Inside of which looks like a pack of tarot cards almost. And, like, you can see there are a bunch of, like, runes of warding carved around the base of this display case to make sure it isn't stolen. He places it on the table and he's like, this here is a genuine deck of many things, and it can be yours for 138 gold.
We
We don't have that much, though.
Not yet. But I'll wait. I say to him, I am interested. Unfortunately, my pockets aren't heavy enough for that price. I may come back for it.
I'd be willing to haggle a bit if you do me a favor. I could reduce the price to...
No, the dodgy mustache man just took the jester into the back room and asked him to do him a favor. I'm calling the police.
That sounds
Save
pretty
police here.
suspect.
Considering what I know that deck of cards is, I'm willing to risk it.
I'd be willing to part with this for, say, 32 gold, if you can deal with a problem I've been having with the head of the Thieves Guild.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
You mean the
Just-
dude
just
who
to
now
make-
has 17 swords?
Okay, I'm just gonna hear this problem out before I reject it.
I've been dealing with attempt after attempt at some upstart from the Thieves Guild trying to come into my magic shop and steal this deck of cards. And it's become quite a nuisance at this point, honestly. If you can find a way to talk to the head of the Thieves Guild and get him to call off the bounty on this particular object, it can be yours for much cheaper than I would offer it to almost anyone else. If you're willing. Note, I do not want the head of the Thieves Guild harmed. He is one of the few people who
don't
keeps
worry, I'm
peace
not
in
that
this city.
crazy.
He is one of the
Don't
few
worry, I'm
people
not
who
that
keeps
crazy.
peace and order in this city.
The living hell are we gonna harm him? He's got 2 bodyguards the size of skyscrapers.
Don't worry, sir.
Okay,
I'm not that
I'm in.
crazy. I'll talk to him and see what I can do, but until but I can't promise anything. I'll go talk to him and see what I can do.
I'd also, while you're here, like you to make an insight check.
Okay, hang on. Which one's that?
It's insight. It should be on your skill list. You just need to look for it for a moment.
Yes, very nice.
Which
What
one's
do you
that?
have to- Investigation, intimidation, insight. That
Mhm.
one. Nope, wrong one. That one. Did it come up?
Yep, it came up. Did you already rolled it, dude? Don't worry.
Sorry, things are.
There's definitely something going on here. He's not being entirely honest. But you're not
No
quite
shit,
sure
yeah.
about what.
Oh, so out of character, where is my character presently at?
You are currently still in the bunkhouse of the Adventurers Guild, suffering from a horrible hangover from your drinking last night.
Oh, right. Okay.
Didn't he get a saving throw?
Which means
He
you
did get a
randomly
saving
attack
throw. He
aim
rolled
in
an.
your
He
sleep
failed
to, like,
it.
no one.
Pretty hard. We don't have it. We don't.
Okay. Well, then I wake up groggily, as you know, from a hangover, whatnot, with a pounding headache, and in a bad mood because hangover once again.
You're always in a bad fucking mood.
He already is always in a bad man. What's this? Pants?
And I head down to
No,
the.
I'm blind. Give me a moment. You're not always in a bad mood. I mean, you kind of are, but like that's not what the conversation's about. It's about Darian harrowing you.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's hard.
Also, you're very quiet, Mal.
I am so sorry. Tristan
Oh, don't
showed
at
up.
me.
See, I wandered down to the adventure lady down at the bar, and
So the bunkhouse actually isn't at the bar itself. It's a
Okay.
couple blocks away.
okay,
The bar itself keeps rooms for paying clientele, not
Temporary.
adventurers.
okay, so
Paying clientele, not riffraff like you.
where might I find the clerk for the Adventurers Guild?
At the bar.
Okay.
Oh, just
I
the
wonder
just
how
the heads
to
up, I
buy
did buy the pack of cards before the
Yeah.
whole thing went on.
Right, Knight. You do note he is lying to you about something, but you don't know
Yes.
what he's lying to you about. You also know
Um,
he's really good at lying.
Yes.
Suspicious. Maybe we should eat him just to make sure.
Nate, you're not even in the conversation with the person.
By the way, the name of the
not
shop
lie.
you're in is called the Trickster's Purse.
Oh, my kind of place.
Yeah, you know, all the tricksters that have purses.
Also, Mel,
Yep.
could you do me a solid and please add apple pie crust, and deck of cards to my inventory?
I absolutely can.
Thank you, because it's going to be a nightmare doing it from this side.
Can I cast crab so the crab just comes and eats the pie crust so we can't use it anymore?
Do you want to look at anything else they may be selling at the Trickster's Purse while you're here?
I'll just take a look around. I'll just have a investigate to see if there's anything I'd like before, anything that catches my interest.
They have an
You're
array
right.
of magical wands and different bags with things in them. And they have at least a stock of like 3.5 bags of beans, for instance. And they are all touted as genuinely magical. And like every item has this weird table of this weird like plaque that says we are not responsible for any item that may occur for any effect that may occur due to usage of any of our products. So there are bags of beans, there are wands, there are decks of cards, there's like stuff for more mundane, non-magical tricks of sleight of hand and such. So you've got decks of cards, you've got trick handcuffs, stuff like that. But you've also got genuine magical objects like wands of wonder, bags of beans, bags of tricks, the likes of that.
Oh.
You do note that every truly magical item they sell all has some aspect of randomness to it. Or chaos, rather.
Chaos.
So basically, a prank shop.
Yes.
Does he have a twin that he runs it with?
No, he does not.
They're like
No, he's not
the Ronald
Fred,
Weasley
shut up.
twins.
Yeah, exactly. I knew where that was going.
He's a very angular, tall, lanky man. He wears a nice sort of fine suit and hat with
He's
a
Trelawney from
boat
Red
staff.
Dead
He's
2.
got a well-groomed, sort of curly mustache and a sort of pointy goatee. You note that he carries one of his shop's own Wands of Wonder on him, as well as a deck of cards at his hip.
Quick question: what does the Wand of Wonder do? No,
Does he carry a big iron?
question.
A Wand of Wonder has an array of random effects it might have when its charges are used.
Oh, so like roll the dice, see what you get. Kind
It's
of
like
thing,
a
right?
less dangerous deck of many things, if that makes much sense.
I think he's gonna try and steal the wand.
No.
This wand
I'm
has
not
7
gonna
charges.
do like a frog.
While holding it, you can take a magic action to expend. Wait, no, this is the 2024 version. Eck.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's the 2014 version. This wand has 7 charges. While holding it, you can expend one of its charges as an action and choose a target within 120 feet of you. The target can be a creature, an object, or a point in space. Roll 1d100 and consult the following table to discover what happens. If the effect causes you to cast a spell from the wand, the spell's save DC is 15. If the spell normally has a range expressed in feet, its range becomes 120 feet if it isn't already. If an effect covers an area, you must center the spell on and include the target. If an effect has multiple possible subjects, the DM randomly determines which ones are affected. The wand regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the wand's less charge, roll 1d20, and on a 1, the wand crumbles to dust and explodes. The wands he's selling are slightly different in that they don't ever regain charges, and it'll crumble to dust when it runs out of charges entirely. Regardless of anything.
Cast it wrong, it explodes.
So on a 1 to 5, you cast slow. On a 6 to 10, you cast fairy fire. On an 11 to 15, you are stunned. On an 11 to 15, you are stunned until you are stunned until the start of your next turn, believing something awesome just happened. When it did.
Very light.
On 16 to 20, you cast Gust of Wind. On 21 to 25, you cast Detect Thought on the target you chose. If you didn't target a creature, you instead take 1d6 psychic damage. On a 26 to 30, you cast Stinking Cloud. On a 31 to 33, Heavy Rain falls in a 60-foot centered on the target. The area becomes lightly obscured and the rain falls until the start of your next turn. You get the idea of what the Wand of Wonder kind of does.
Yeah, it sounds like if I try and use it and the god of anime isn't on my side, I'm gonna get goobered.
Pretty much.
Yep.
No. If you click the bookshelf-looking icon and just type in Wand of Wonder, Deck of Many Things, Deck of Illusions, and the like, you will see what they can do.
So I since I don't find anything of interest, I bid the shopkeeper farewell for now and head on my way.
As you leave, he says, he says, "Oh, I trust we will see each other again, fool. I trust we will." Note, you never gave him your name.
I stepped 2 steps outside before realizing it. Wait a minute. Oh,
Shocker, the weird creepy dude did something
bloody
weird and
mysterious
creepy.
shopkeepers.
What?
I mumble. Oh, hang on. I mumble bloody mysterious shopkeepers before walking off to meet with the others.
spoiler, he only called you fool because you're dressed like a jester, and that's what the title of jesters is.
Yada yada yada.
Okay.
You got pranked by your own unoriginality.
So,
Wrong. I got pranked by the DM's originality.
Yeah.
well,
Back to you. You wake up, you notice your party has left you.
right. So I wake up groggily, rubbing my head because I've got a splitting headache. Because hangover once again. I make my way downstairs. And
There isn't a downstairs. The bunkhouse is one floor.
Okay. Right.
It's just one big room of a bunk.
It's just.
He walks into the basements and just sits there for a bit.
It's just. I mean, it's more like just 4 big rooms, 2 rooms to sleep in for respective genders, and as well as a bathroom for each gender as well.
What if there is no
Right,
genders?
So I walk out the room and head over to the bar, trying to determine where everyone has gone. So I walk over to the clerk, and I approach the clerk and say, "Ma'am, do you know where my party has gone?"
I believe they're out shopping.
I say that.
One of them asked for the nearest bakery and where to buy a pack of cards. The other just sort of walked out.
Yeah,
Remind me never to get drunk again.
Just lost. Like, apparently I was never in the card shop, so I don't know where.
Right, I thanked the lady and muttered to myself, "Remind me never to get drunk again."
I mean, you can use that tankard of sobriety your friend got. Just because you don't want to get drunk doesn't mean you don't have to drink.
My cup.
Also, I'm pretty sure the deck shop I sent your friend to sells tankards of sobriety. If you want to buy one.
Well, is there a armor and weapons shop by chance?
There's a good few blacksmiths in the city. What sort of weapons are you looking for?
Mostly a short sword and dagger.
I have a good few recommendations. You're looking for quality. You're gonna want to go to the Diamond Blade. Their weapons are made of odder materials, but truer steel you'll never find.
What's more
If you're on a
affordable?
budget, there's a shop called the Dented Anvil down by the docks. Their weapons are a bit poor quality, but they'll do you in a pinch. And in addition to those two, there are a couple hundred of independent blacksmiths around the city of no notable quality.
Okay. What's this? I'm trying to remember how to find how much gold I have. I do have 7 gold. What was the name of that budget blacksmith?
The Dented Anvil. It's down by the docks.
Right, I make my way down there.
Cool. As you arrive at the docks, there are ships coming and leaving as frequently as airplanes leave an airport. You see a lot
My
of
eyes and rub my head.
what? There are so many ships. There are also airships. Strange sort of railroad spans the ocean off in one direction. With this strange gold and crystal train with plumes of a pale blue sparkling smoke coming out of its smokestacks, running along that rail line into a portal, and all sorts of works. The ships and airships range from ornate and fancy to the most that's a pirate ship you can describe. Ghost ships to grand galleons of Her Majesty's army. Almost any sort of vessel can be found here. The majority of the shops on the docks are some sort of taverns, bars, and bunkhouses for people coming into and out of the city. In addition to that, there is one notable blacksmith right next to the shipwright's shop called the Dented Anvil. You see a few kobolds, some goblins, that sort of like of people just sort of hanging out around the shop. Kobolds, goblins, a couple gnolls. They're all just sort of vibing. A couple of them are panhandling passerbys. And you hear the sound of hammer on anvil from inside. Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing I do want to note is there are a lot more of the, like, citywide announcements here, although they're a lot quieter, so you believe they are localized to this location, that are signaling departure times and such for the more notable transport ships.
Dun dun dun.
It is the same sort of generic female voice that announces good morning and good evening when the curfew drops and is lifted.
We are pleased to announce
I'm muttering to
the delay
myself,
for
how does
3,000
nobody
ships.
tire of her voice?
What? Do you say, how does nobody tire of her voice?
Yes.
One of the nearby,
The guards just spawn.
one of the nearby, sort of goblins says, "Oh, trust me, we do."
Also, I stole
That's
your
why they
coin
change the announcer regularly. She just tends to be the
brings
most
a smile
frequent.
to my face.
By the way, you have, like, any gold, copper, silver? I'd take Electrum even if you got it.
I'd like to see what you have to offer first.
This isn't the vendor. This is one of the panhandling goblins outside the
This
shop.
isn't the vendor. This is just
Gotcha.
a fucking guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you step inside the shop?
Yes, I step inside the shop.
The smell of smoke and ash clouds the interior of this very stuffy, dimly lit wooden box, for lack of a better term. Crooked and
Well.
bent swords and dented or even near unusable shields line the walls. Suits of armor that you think might cause more damage to you that rather than less if you donned them are proudly displayed on mannequins. And standing there over the anvil, hammering over and over on a sword that hasn't even been heated, is this goblin, you think? They're a bit taller than a standard goblin, but not quite
Okay, out
tall
of
enough to be
character.
a hobgoblin.
Okay, that answers my question.
It's more like if someone took a goblin and stretched their legs and arms for some reason.
Okay. Out of character and curiosity, am I able to do any form of smithing?
Do you have proficiency in thieves' tools? Not thieves' tools, blacksmith's tools?
I don't know.
Check your character sheet. If it's in your proficiency list, yes. If it's
No.
not, no.
Okay, so armor. That's okay, I'm at my character sheet right now.
While he's checking, I've got a question.
Yep.
While we're still on this continent, can I attempt to search for? Well, while he's doing this, can I just go searching around the outside of the city to see if I can find any small bolt-shaped diamond?
Some small what?
You know how everything's made out of crystal?
Yes. Flowers, trees, the works.
I'm gonna try scrounging around to see if I can find any solid bolt-sized bolt-sized diamond or crystal for a crossbow.
Damn,
You
well,
can
that's
find
nuts.
plenty. Although, make me a nature check.
One
Well, since I've only
moment.
got proficiency for alchemy,
Excuse me for one moment while I wait for my phone to keep up with the reception.
All good.
out of character, is it possible to learn proficiencies?
Yes, absolutely. You just need to put some downtime towards it. There's
Okay, I may do that at some point while we have some free time in the city. I may do that.
You'll generally also need a mentor to teach you, though.
Okay, that might be a little more difficult.
Yeah.
He's the goblin outside.
So you're in this very stuffy, smoke-filled shop. You notice that his forge, rather than be lit by coals or anything useful, is quite literally a trash fire. He's just sort of heating some ingots over.
Now, out of character, I have to do my very best to not use the blacksmith knowledge that I actually have.
Yeah.
Because this is very insulting.
Oh no, it is. It is very clear that when they said low quality and on a budget, they meant it.
Right, what do I have?
AIDS.
That no.
I approach the goblin and ask him what
No,
it would
that-
cost to buy a short sword.
He looks up at you, coughs a bit, and says, "Short sword." He looks over at the wall where he's got the weapons hanging, steps away from the blade you were looking at, and you notice that he was trying to hammer out a clear bend in the blade. And again, the blade was not
Right.
heated in the slightest, so he can't really do
Um,
that. He looks at the wall and he's like, I mean, this one's kind of short. Taking a blade off the wall. It is clearly a dagger he is looking at. Is this what you're looking for?
no.
Yeah, okay. He's like, walks clearly past the one weapon on the wall that vaguely matches a sword directly towards a longsword. It's like, looks at you, picks it up, sort of holds it next to you so he can gauge like size. I guess, like, in comparison to you, this one's pretty short. Is this what you want?
No, I am looking for a sword that is about arm's length.
Arms? You do note his arms are substantially longer than the average person. He's like, I mean, I guess you need longer, okay. He walks over to the bastard sword he has on the wall. Sort of struggles to lift it, compares it to his arm. Sort of like this one?
Okay, out of character, is that remotely similar to a short sword?
No. A bastard sword is a large two-handed
A
weapon.
bastard sword is the exact opposite. A bastard sword is so long that it's not even wieldy in most cases.
Yes.
That's the entire point.
You specifically
It's not
need a
even a
high
lo-
strength score to wield a
It's not
bastard
even
sword.
a long sword. It's just
It's a
straight up
berserker
a sword that is like
sword.
more decorative than useful.
Yes. But it is
Oh,
the
it's not
length of one of
easy.
his arms. So,
I turn to him and say, no, I need a short sword.
yeah, I think I got you. He puts it back on the wall, walks past the short sword again, back to the rack of daggers, and pulls out a dagger that's slightly longer. You might like one of your arms. I think this is about the length of your arm.
I'm expecting a butter knife.
No, it's just a lengthy dagger, like somewhere
Out of character,
between.
am I allowed to point to the short sword and say something like that?
Entirely. You are completely
Okay.
allowed to do that. You point to the short sword. And then why don't you just bring that one up to me and say you want to buy it? Walks over to it.
I
Picks
simply
it off the wall.
sigh and
Was
say, I thought you would know your own weapons.
I don't know what people call them. They're all just pointy bits. You know, I work them out of scrap
wrong.
metal I pull out of the water.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I'm doing my best to hold my tongue now.
Oh, I'm sure you are. This man is very grating. You can tell why he doesn't get a lot of business.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the fact that every single portion of his shop is horse.
And by the way,
a sigh of frustration, I say, how much is it?
Save the roleplay. You can buy almost any standard metalworked item from this shop for half its standard price in the player's handbook. However, every item is treated as though it had a -1 item enhancement bonus.
Oh, God.
And if you roll a 5 or lower on the die, the weapon or armor will break.
Ah, God damn it.
I should pay for going cheap.
But he will have almost anything you want, and it'll be for half price.
Right, so I need to check the standard price of a short sword because I don't know what it is.
So while checking, I've got my nature roll ready.
So a short sword would be standard 10 gold pieces, so you can buy one for 5. It'll do 1d6 minus 1 piercing damage. It will be finesse and light. But if you roll a 5 or lower on the die when attacking with it, it will break.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stick with my daggers. I look to him and say, thank you, but no thank you.
It's like, oh, I can lower the price if you want. 1 gold.
That's not the issue.
Aw.
Why not? You get yourself 1 gold.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay,
You
yeah,
never
you
find a
get...
dragon.
Okay, if I roll a 5, right? If I roll a 5 or lower, it breaks. Not to mention, it's at a constant
Okay.
disadvantage.
Then buy 2 short swords.
Yeah, then
No.
have double disadvantage and just stab yourself.
No,
If I roll a 5 or lower, I
advantage,
fucking
but if you
burn
take one, you
myself
just
my
pull
own
out the
balls
others
off.
and keep fighting.
That is true. If Beansy rolls a 5 or lower, he will burn himself.
Like, I'm
Easy.
permanent if I roll low, I die. Like, that's my entire thing. I
You know,
cast Fireball,
I'm-
oh no.
Oh no, I cast Fireball upon myself. Burn to a fiery death.
Fireball, dun 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 dun.
Hey, what level
That's-
spell is Testicular Torsion?
9th. 9th, I'm
You
sorry.
mean 9.
It's actually, what level is Power Word Pain?
I don't know.
Because I feel like it would just be Power Word Pain, but only works on, men.
Balls. Ovarian Torsion.
Power Word Pain is a, 7th level spell. So,
Bullshit.
Oh,
yeah.
Right, so... I look at the goblin and say, thank you for your time, but I would also recommend seeking a professional blacksmith. to
I am
help you grow your
professional.
craft.
I'll have you know, I was one of the greatest blacksmiths in Hexenfell before the war.
That's been
Right.
pretty high standards.
Did you lose
Can
your
I make
wall from lack of equipment?
insight check so as I can show him the dents and all that in his armor?
That would be more of a perception check than an insight check, but yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
I will make a perception check then.
Go ahead.
You roll a 1, just go dun.
All of one. What did he roll?
Yeah.
Beansy, you
Oh,
cursed him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Roll the one.
you just happen to point at the one piece of equipment that is well made in the store and say, just look at how bad that one is. And he says, that's my masterpiece. How dare you? Leave my shop this instant. And he just rips the sword out of your hand, puts it back on the rack, and just starts shooting you out with a broom like you're some sort of vermin.
I muttered to myself, when I have the time, I am going to make my own weapons, because I am not dealing with that again.
Who are you talking to?
I can't
Myself.
believe you absorbed
I'm muttering to
brain
myself.
Let's
damage.
shift
I'm so
over
good
to
at blackmapping, here's the
Beansy.
proof.
Beansy, were you looking for anything specific in the city?
You're damn fucking wrong.
He's out of
I've got no
control.
idea what I'm doing.
So you find yourself in an alleyway between two very large buildings made of what looks like quartz of some sort. And in this alleyway, you see a crab. He's about like half a foot tall. He's just sort of on the ground scuttling about.
And he's crab walking right beside him.
Exactly.
Do
Exactly.
you try to approach the crab?
Of course I try to approach the crab. Are you crazy?
It starts booking it away.
No, I'm on the side.
Do you follow the crab? By the way, the crab
You're
has
damn
a sort of
fucking right I follow the crab.
very, sort of like almost pearl-like white shell. You
Yeah,
follow.
I'm following the crab.
So you follow the crab. Make me an athletics check as you run after the crab.
Okay, one moment. I have to re-establish connection to the doodah because apparently it's had some sort of stroke because I wasn't giving it attention for 2 seconds. Hold on. I roll what now, sorry?
An athletics check.
Ready?
It should be near the top of your skill list.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, athletics. Alrighty, and I'm just gonna bonk.
Cool. That's a 14. You managed to keep up with the crab. It leads you like through the winding streets of the city towards one of the main gates at the edge of the city and directly out the gate into the wilds of Crystalia. Do you keep following it?
I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing, so sure.
Make me another athletics check.
I'm just gonna keep following this fucking crab until eventually I lose the crab, get lost in the woods, and get eaten by a wolf.
I have a feeling the crab's
Good
leading
news.
to me since I'm in the woods currently.
Given that you live your life with
I rolled a
crabs,
one.
I am going to give you retroactive advantage. You keep following the crab. It
I've
leads
studied the
you.
crabs for a long time.
It leads you into through like this forest of aquamarine and turquoise trees. And then as you follow it between this sort of branch archway, you feel a distinct shift in the world, and you feel like you're home.
Fantastic. I followed the crab into the fucking back rooms.
So back to where you were kept.
You are in the
No
Feywild again. The crab
Good
is
news,
nowhere
everybody.
to.
My plan of not being in there didn't work.
Good news, everybody.
I am back. Although this is a part of the Feywild you're not too familiar with. A place of shimmering light and crystal. It almost feels like you're on the same island. In this grove of aquamarine and turquoise, you wander into a clearing with a nice oaken picnic set, and you see a tall, elven-looking lady with coral antlers speaking to one of the more crab-looking Fae who raised you. They are speaking in Sylvan, which is a language you understand, about something called the coming dark. They turn around, look at you. Jeff, lovely to see you again. I thought you were in the surface world.
Yeah, I was. I found a random crab in the middle of the city, followed it, and just sort of ended up here. So that's interesting.
Oh, you know what they say. You really oughtn't chase white rabbits.
It was a crab. Look. It was in.
You
the
notice
city.
that
I followed
the crab again. It scuttles behind a tree and is suddenly a hare with a stopwatch, and it bounds away.
God fucking damn it! Did your crab just Alice in Wonderland me?
I was about to say.
You can't Alice in Wonderland me with a crab. That isn't how crabs work. What is this?
I was imagining the crab like shaking its claw and beating angrily for following it.
It absolutely did.
Why are you eating refuse in a random fucking alleyway if you're gonna see one human who's very obviously of the Fae and raw? Like, I'm very clearly on your side.
I mean,
The lady with coral horns, who's been quiet for most of this conversation when you've arrived, says, "We were just talking about you and your interesting fate."
Fantastic. I'm gonna die.
The Queen of the Spring Court has a fun message she would like to portray to you. Look,
Couldn't she have given it to me like a day ago? I was just here. I
look,
spent one night in the real world.
it's been 3 months. You know
It's been 1 hour.
You know time doesn't work quite the same in these two worlds.
You know, you could have given the note to the crab, right? He managed to find me.
The Queen tells you, look to the spell-scorched lands and the blade of blackened ivory. That is all.
You definitely could have given that to the crab. You could have just handed it to me.
The
Could've
very
stuck it in the back of the crab.
ornate woman snaps her fingers, and you find yourself back in the alley where you initially encountered the crab.
You definitely could have just given that note to the crab. You're telling me I wandered like 3.5 fucking miles downwind for you to absorb me into Narnia, only for the crab to become a rabbit, run off, and you tell me the sword is cool. I've already forgotten what you said because I've got no brain cells, but I'm sure the DM will remind me.
Actually, no, I won't. That was your background
Yes.
trait manifesting, by the way.
Oh, cool.
So you were given the words, look to the spell-scorched lands and the blade of blackened ivory.
Okay, I'll write
need to
that
do
down
my
in my notebook
background.
I have. Your background was going into a random shop and getting possibly touched by the owner.
And me was
No,
being
it's
chased
not.
out of a blacksmith shop by a goblin.
Yours was saying, look how amazing I am at building things, and then shitting yourself and pointing at the only bit of armor in there that wasn't penis.
Yep. That was because I'm blaming that on you, Beansy. I'm blaming that on you.
I wasn't even present. I was chasing a fucking crab. Did you not hear
No,
it?
you said that I'd get a 1, and what did I get? A 1.
Well,
You
that's
did.
Not my fault.
Hey.
Blame God.
Okay, I am going to go back to night.
Right, I'm just on the outskirts trying to find any crystals that look any diamond shaped bolts.
Make me a survival
Just
check.
pop up. I thought you said nature last time.
Yes, I was
That was
wrong.
before
Make me a
that
survival
was
check.
before the crabs invaded and turned everything into the Fae. Now it's a magic check.
Survive. S is down. Stealth survival. Hang on. Did that roll?
Yep.
Yes.
What did I roll?
You're able to find a good few chunks of, well, it's not quite diamond, a fairly strong crystal that can be used for arrow bolts if you have like sticks to use.
Okay, how many did I get?
Roll me 1d12.
One moment.
Blow me
You
one
go
last kiss.
away. Okay.
Also,
Okay. So. Roll. How many?
1d12.
Okay. Slash. One. Oh wait, what am I doing? And
By the way, I really, I hope that
excuse me,
in
one
canon
moment.
the
I'll just roll it for you.
No, I've got it. I've just got to reload my page.
You get 7 arrowheads of reinforced quartz. Crimson,
Okay.
they're
Yes.
on your way down to the docks from towards the head of the city where the guilds are. You did pass by a few more standard-looking blacksmith shops.
Okay.
Do you want to stop by one of them, or do you want to
Yes,
follow
please.
instructions to the Diamond Blade?
No, I'll stop by one of the other shops, see if I can find something of note.
Most of the
Chief.
shops are not of much note. Their blacksmiths may as well be copy pastes of different. While their races, genders, personal lives may be different, they all pretty much sell the exact same things for the exact same prices of the exact same quality. You can buy anything for the price listed in the player's handbook of the quality listed in the player's handbook.
Ah, gotcha.
How do you barter?
I mean, if you don't want to pay the price listed in the player's handbook, you could try to haggle with like a persuasion check or a deception, but
I could do deception.
do you buy any of the weapons from one of those shops?
Well, there would still be 10 gold either way, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Which is money I don't have.
Yep.
hold on for a short
Yes, you
sword when the
do.
goblin offered you
No, I
one
don't. I have
gold.
7 gold. We each got 7 gold.
All right. No, I sold some. Oh wait, no, I started off with money. Never mind.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you start off with money than I did.
So,
Wait, I've got 8 then. How many did I start with? 'Cause I guess I don't know.
you
I
started
don't know
with
if I updated this
8.
properly. Oh, sorry.
Wait,
I
no,
said-
you didn't start with
uh,
any money because Feywild doesn't use money. My bad.
Okay, so I guess I just got 1 random gold from somewhere.
I guess.
Fair enough.
So, Crimson. If you can't afford any weapons from there, do you want to check the, diamond, blade? Because just more
Yeah.
thinking about a mentor.
Sure.
If that's the high quality
Uh,
place, might be the place to
Yeah,
check.
I will head over. I'll head
You
over.
can also try dumpster diving.
This
Or
build,
at the top of it.
this building is right next to the city guard's barracks. It is made of marble lined
That's
with
unfortunate.
gold, and you see it's got an ornate sign that made of platinum that displays
I'm
proudly.
getting a sense of colors here, Mal.
Yes, that displays proudly a sign made of platinum that displays proudly, lined within it, a diamond sword. the blacksmith working the shop is this gold dragonborn looking man. And you notice there are multiple, like, platinum statues of a dragon, you think?
I don't think
Lined
your 7
positioned
gold's gonna do you much
around.
good.
But there's this gold dragonborn working at an anvil, and there is a forge that seems to have been lit as if by magic. This building is the polar opposite of the dented anvil. You see armor made of mithril and adamantium and stranger materials still lining the inside of the shop just next to the workspace. Inside the shop, there is a brass dragonborn manning the till, talking with adventurers and other folks, selling armor, weapons. The blades here seem of the highest quality. Yeah.
Okay, I approached the brass dragonborn.
She says, "Hello! Welcome to the Diamond Blade. What can I get you for today? The works of Lord Priest Seraphis are always of the highest quality, I assure you. We also have blacksmithing lessons every Sunday, if you would be interested in attending those, with only 1 gold fee per lesson."
It's almost as if the DM has severely reduced how much that would actually be because Crimson's a poor man.
You're both
You-
just as poor as me.
You also, I do need to know, you need to understand how much a gold piece is for a common person.
That
Adventurers
is a lot of my.
have substantially more money than normal people.
Beansy, that would be like you having about $80,000 essentially.
I mean, it's closer to $100, a copper piece being close to a normal dollar.
Yeah, like it's a lot of money, man.
1 gold piece is quite pricey.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's like walking
Uh.
into a cheap cafe with $100 bill.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, pretty much.
it's just adventurers deal with treasure. Generally, an adventurer will have more money than your local bank.
Wow.
It's why most cities in fantasy settings thrive on adventurers being
Right, because they can get paid through the adventurers.
yes.
Yeah.
It's what makes additionally, if you're looking for anything specific or would like to put in a commission, we can bring the master blacksmith in here and work out details with you.
You said there were lessons.
Yes. Every Sunday, the master blacksmith does a lecture in his workshop just outside. I'm sure you just saw it as you came in. He teaches metalworking skills, and for more advanced students, he will teach how to work with rare materials such as platinum, mithril, and adamantium.
As someone who is economically challenged at present, would taking lessons be a better alternative to paying somebody to make my equipment?
I mean, as part of the lessons, any weapons you make with us, you are allowed to keep. But, you generally need to go, like, 3, 4, 5 lessons in before you can even, start work on your project.
Make something usable.
And if you have no
Alright.
talent or prior experience at all, it may take longer. Generally, most people just buy one of our fine selection of pre-made weapons or commission a specialty weapon themselves.
Could
But,
they sell discounted weapons for faulty weapons for a discount?
This is not the sort of blacksmith who makes faulty weapons.
Everything here is a quality piece. In other words.
So you have a good feeling everything here is at bare least +1, if not warning or some other magical property. You get the strong feeling the man working out there is an artificer.
Interesting.
He makes exceptional gear until the fucking crabs invaded and stole his tools.
I might come by for lessons when I have a little bit more gold.
Oh, that's completely understandable.
Being pause allowed here, you know.
Note, that the Adventurers Guild does have discounts on mentorship fees, for lessons and such if you are a member. Looking you up and down, which I would wager you are.
Yes, I am.
As a member of the Adventurers Guild, you need only pay 1 silver for lessons, as opposed to the normal full gold price.
Damn.
Huh. Out of character. Mal, how much is 7 gold pieces worth in silver?
70 silver.
70, right?
God damn. Okay.
Dang.
But again, lessons are still
So you basically
one.
got a 90% reduction because you signed a sheet.
Yeah, it's how premiums work.
It's more so for the name, like they're giving you the discount for the name for the most part.
Yeah, I mean. And she says, so, would you like me to sign you up for our next weapon lesson in, she checks a calendar on the wall behind the counter. 3 days?
Yes.
Can I get your name and such? She hands you some paperwork.
Darren. Right, okay,
Do you fill
would
out the
it be easy-
paperwork?
Yes.
I'm just waiting for it to be a fae.
The paperwork is solid. You don't need to make any check. It's clear what's going on here. It's just you're signing up for lessons. You pay the silver
Gotcha.
coin, I take it.
Yes, I actually have 1 silver coin here.
So, would you like to pay for any future lessons in advance? We typically suggest paying for 10 lessons at a time, given that's typically how it takes for you to make your first usable blade.
You know what?
How shit of a
Yes,
fucking
I would.
teacher is he?
Out of character. Mal.
Wait.
Yeah.
Sorry, Beansy.
Beansy.
Making weapons and armor is a lot more complicated than you might realize. There
You
is a
take
lot
the
of
ingot, you put the ingot in the oven, you bash it with stick.
And
No,
that's
it's
how
more
you
than
got
that.
the man down by the docks.
You and me could go to a kiln. You and me could go to a
course.
kiln right now and make a fucking sword, asshole.
I
It's a
hate
sharp
No.
piece of
you.
metal.
No, we really
Don't get
couldn't.
the
You
pottery.
could, but that would break and it would have severe imperfections, which would cause it to have less quality, and it would not do as well.
You don't need lessons, you need equipment.
Beansy. Yes, you need to smelt an ingot. Then after that, you need to shape said ingot. Then after that, you need to heat treat it, sharpen it, polish it, and there are a bunch of other things in between that I cannot remember. But there's a bunch of other fucking things in between that need to be done in order for a weapon to be usable and to perform well.
And well,
Yeah, and
yes,
it's much more
weapons
about
are,
the equipment than the actual brain.
also weapons are easier than armor in most cases too.
Yes,
Armor
yes,
also
they
needs
are.
to be fitted and interlocked in certain ways.
Yes,
Whereas from
especially
a-
chainmail.
Yeah.
Chainmail needs to be done one link at a time, so it is very long and arduous.
So you sign up for 10 lessons over the span of the next
Yes.
10 weeks.
Right, so I need to adjust my gold amount then.
It's just
Let's see if this campaign
one
lasts
gold
that
piece
long.
because it's 10 silver, which is 1 gold piece.
Yes.
What day is it?
Currently, if Sunday is in 3 days,
Okay, I have removed 1 gold
it's
piece.
Thursday.
Okay. The
do-
lessons have
do-
been paid for.
Do note, if you do miss any lessons, they are not eligible for refund.
You will
That
be
is
shot.
perfectly fine.
Okay. Now let us move on to Beansy. Are you still just
Hello.
aimlessly wandering through the city, or have you returned to the?
I mean, I'm gonna try and
bar?
figure out where everyone's gone now because it's been multiple hours, and as far as I can tell, there's some edgy dude trying to learn how to make blacksmith tools. So I should probably go defend the world from him.
Can you make me a survival check to try to track your allies?
Fantastic.
That'd be-
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
50%.
Question to Crimson and Knight. Do either of you sort of habitually like try to hide your tracks or mask your presence in any way?
Mate. Kind of the opposite, since I'm a walking clown show.
Fair enough. Knight? I mean, not Knight. Crimson? Blarg?
Crimson's dead.
Rip. Given that you got a 10, B&Z, you don't quite find them, but, so here's what's gonna happen. You've been asking around, seeing if people have seen anyone, and someone mentioned someone that just fit the description of fool going to the local temple of the Diamond Order.
What? The what?
The Temple of the Diamond Order. It's one of the major factions here.
Yeah, why am I going there?
This is something someone said to Beansy.
Oh, so they're completely screwing with them. Got it.
Maybe. You don't know.
Well, I definitely know I'm not there.
So you
I'm in the
find
crystal
yourself
world.
outside a towering building of marble and gold with windows made of solid diamond and a large statue of a platinum dragon posed above the main door, and 7 golden statues of gold dragons either side of him.
Cool.
You see a lot of gold dragonborn, crystal dragonborn, crystal kobolds, coming in and out of the building, along with more adventure-y people wearing sort of paladin armor or clerical robes, that sort of stuff, coming out of the building. And you hear the sort of sounds of like a church choir inside, and the building sort of shimmers and sparkles in the light. Above the door, is a ornate sign that says the Temple of the Diamond Order, Church of Bahamut Crystallian.
What? Do I know him? I recognize the name, but I don't know if my character's supposed to. Now?
You recognize Bahamut. He's one of the 2 gods.
Cool.
Him and his sister Tiamat have ruled the mortal world since time immemorial. Bahamut rules from the North Pole, Tiamat rules from the South Pole. However, throughout the world, Bahamut and Tiamat are worshipped in different forms, called epithets. And the epithet in which someone worships either Bahamut or Tiamat has a tendency to distort the powers of the god towards that particular version of them. For instance, the United Kingdom, let me pull something up. Give me a moment.
We're getting into spreadsheet.
The Bahamutan Republic worships Bahamut or Bahamut Pura. Bahamut Pura is the purest form of Bahamut because that is his current personality and form that he rules from. Bahamutan Republic is also the country he rules in. Arcadia worships primarily Bahamut Academia, which is Bahamut in the form of a scholar. Crystallia, of course, worships Bahamut Crystallium, his more younger, peaceful form. And the United Kingdoms of Bahamut and Piety worships Bahamut Tyrannus, the more rule with an iron fist form of the god.
Fantastic.
This is the Holy Church of Bahamut Crystallia, his more primordial crystalline form that he took before his first fight with his sister.
Okay, so I guess I'm in front of this gigantic church thing then.
Yes.
I don't know why the jester would come here, but sure.
Do you come
Right,
inside?
so what I missed?
I mean, sure.
You are, you missed Beansy going to church.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So you
someone told me that the jester went to a random
You-
church, so I'm going to the church looking for him.
you step into the cathedral, and you see, again, a bunch of crystal, gold, and silver draconic beings. Some are sorcerers, some are kobolds, some are dragonborn, milling about, as well as some humans, some elves of more religious denominations. Most of them seem in prayer or talking about ritual supplies, likes. But you do swear you see the flash of a jester's robe stepping into a confessional near the end of the back of the building.
Okay, fair enough. I suppose does it have like a receptionist area or something? I don't just also like wander in.
Yes, there's someone at the front door who just sort of nods their head and says, "Welcome to the Temple of the Diamond Order. Is there anything we can do to help you today?"
Yeah, I'm looking for a friend who apparently wandered in here. He was basically dressed like a jester.
Oh, she looks very concerned. I do believe you were misled. Well, yes, we did have someone in a jester's attire come in recently. I do not believe they would be your friend, given who they are.
Oh, and who are they?
They are the
Hosea.
trickster king of Abysswa.
Oh.
Oh, I have no idea what that is.
Lord of Changelings and Lies?
Oh,
He-
well, Brendo is a changeling, I suppose. So, but I don't think he's the king of them.
Oh.
I guess that's why they look the same.
I really should update my backstory.
But I do not believe the Liar King is who you're looking for. He is here on a diplomatic mission.
That's fair enough. Right. Okay. What to do now?
Now let's move on to
The
night.
fountain, where I'm currently looking in to see if there's any coins in there.
You're just looking at the fountain.
Yeah, because in any culture, there's always one person that thinks they can flip a coin into a fountain to make a wish.
So I'm assuming you're over by the sort of main town square where there's a fountain there, I guess. Where like the three taverns, are, and the church is, and the barracks is, and you're all kind of in the same space right now, actually.
Oh.
Yeah,
Same general
slowly
neighborhood.
leaning over, looking for coins. Anything that was
Um,
worth picking up.
Actually, you notice that there aren't any coins in the fountain.
Hmm.
That's right,
Shockingly.
get played, nerd.
There's also a sign saying, "Please do not litter money in the fountain."
Please do not feed the
Signed.
crabs.
Signed, the Holy Church of Io.
I'm doing what to the where?
So there's a sign that says, "Please do not throw coins in the fountain," from the Holy
Please do
Church
not
of
the cat.
Io. The Holy Church of Io is the church that is making the announcements at sunrise and sunset, as well as down by the docks, which should not be confused with the Holy Church of the Bahamut Order. Or the
So that's who we have to blame.
Yes, Io.
Who Beansy currently has his face wedged in for some reason, because I guess the DM took him there and that said, sorry, there's no reason for you to come here today. I'm like, okay.
So, the neighborhood you're in is called the Guild's Quarter. It is where the courthouse is, as sort of the main center feature. It is where the Holy Church of Bahamut Crystallion, as well as the Temple of the Diamond Order is. It is where the unholy Church of Tiamat Crystallion is, on the opposite side of the district, of course. It is where the Thieves Guild is. It is where the Thieves Guild respective tavern is. It is where the Adventurers Guild barracks is. It is where the Adventurers Guild is. It is where the Diamond...
Now you're getting further away.
Sorry. It's where all these buildings you're at is currently. It's where the City Guard is. It's where the Diamond Blade is. It's the main sort of adventurer neighborhood. It's also where access to the Tower of Io is.
Cool.
Which is where the Holy Church of Io rules the city from.
Right.
The tyrants, we should kill them.
So, you look into the fountain. There are no coins. Carrying on to Crimson. What's up?
Yes. So I make my way back to
The guild?
Actually, not. No, I make my way to the fountain.
You see a fool there.
Just laying back, just feeling the wind. Even though I'm 100% clothed.
Good morning, fool.
Morning, paper cutter. How's your day been?
Productive. I have procured some lessons for smithing.
Beat the
not
shit
hear a
out
word
of a
of that.
fucking goblin.
It has been very
Wait, no.
productive.
One of those days. I understand. I found a special pack of cards.
Hmm.
I just need to speak with the person you and the other one hate.
Right. I don't have a good feeling about those cards.
Oh, seriously? Come on, you must have known. Surely you must know the story of those cards.
No.
Chance of destruction or fame or fortune, or the chance to get yourself a wish.
Now that he said what the cards do, you recognize he's talking about a deck of many things. Yes, you know what a deck of many things is.
You talk of the deck of many things. Yes, I've
Yes.
heard of them before.
The Hail Mary of Hail Marys. The thing that may screw you over or make you the most popular person alive.
It's the holy grail of cards.
And we just need to. And I can get it, but we need to figure out why there's a what was it called, DM?
So, there's a mark on them, which is to say
Ah.
the Thieves Guild is trying to steal them. And the vendor who owns it is asking you to talk to the head of the Thieves Guild to get
See what's
the mark.
happening.
What he wants is you to get the mark removed, one way or another.
Yes. Not by fighting. He specifically, don't worry, he doesn't want us to fight the guy.
He specifically said, do not fight him. the Lord of Thieves is one of the few people who keeps order in the city.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. But if this person has a mark on them, am I allowed to say that?
Yes.
Just out of curiosity? Okay.
Mhm.
If this person has a mark on them, there is usually a very good reason for it.
Yes, and I will find out that reason when I ask the guy in charge.
Hmm.
Because there's no way. Because I am pretty sure I'm not going to get a straight answer from that shady person. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to make an appointment to see the head of the thieves.
Yeah. Do you think they do dungeon crawls in this world? I say hopping up from the fountain.
I mean, dungeon crawls can be treacherous, at least from what I've heard. I've known several adventurers who have gone through
Beansy,
them.
you step outside of the church and see them right outside at the fountain.
Oh, fantastic! This entire world is falling apart.
I've known several adventurers who who I come across who had done dungeon crawls. Some
I'm not
claim
talking
full
about
stone.
like depth dungeons. I'm talking like goblin dungeons, like single level things that hold a bit of wealth to them.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. I'm not talking about those multi-layered dungeons where like entire parties of people go missing. No, I mean the ones you're talking about. People have gone into
I
those.
casually
and,
begin swimming in the pond.
One of
Or
the
the
town
fountain,
guards
really.
says,
Going
"Yo,
through
please
them.
stop that."
We'll just start an argument.
You just start arguing with one of the town guards about the legality of swimming in the fountain.
Yeah, I start.
Okay, you're bickering. Okay, cool.
Right. Okay.
Beansy.
So.
Sorry, Crimson Fool. Do you do anything to stop your friend from bickering with the town guard about the legality of swimming in a public fountain?
As much as I'm so
Dude,
tempted to just sit back and watch this unfold, I know that this is gonna be horrible for us. Jeff, out of the fountain.
Also, by the way,
Fine.
Jeff, while you're in the fountain, right? I would like you to make a charisma saving throw.
Why?
Just make me a charisma saving throw. Kinda
Oh, this is
after
funny.
you've been in the water for like a minute.
Okay, I have like one charisma, but sure. Hey,
Oof. Hey, nice.
19. What was the charisma throw?
You
This
regain
person-
26 hit points from exposure to positive energy.
I didn't lose any, so but okay.
If you had failed to save, that would have been radiant damage.
Ouch.
Yeah. Oh.
From
Hold on,
again,
there's not
the
a
healing
sign saying,
pond.
don't go in the pond, you'll fucking die.
there is.
No, it says temple point in the pond.
It says
Well,
don't
that's
put
not
coins on the pond. There's like a list of rules.
It's
You can't expect me to
holy
read
water,
them.
isn't it?
It's holy water. It's a pond of holy water. It's a fountain of
Yeah,
holy
that's
water.
Wait, is it like healing potions or?
No, holy water.
No, holy
God,
water.
common
like
sense,
stuff
get
you
the
throw
fuck
at
out of the
demons.
pond, you absolute gooner. And I'm just sitting there like, no.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna just for I look to Crimson and say, if this is holy water, we probably should get a vial or two of it.
Yes, that's probably a smart idea.
Note that this sign does say you may take one vial, but no more than one per person per day.
Well, the good news is that I'm fucking distracting the shit out of the guard right now.
Yeah, let's not push the holy temple and just grab one each. That would just be 3 holy waters to spray on to flick on undead if we ever encounter it.
I look at Jeff very sternly and say, out of the fountain.
No,
But
Jeff,
it's
you
nice,
don't
isn't it?
know it's holy water. You just think it's really comfortable water that makes you feel
Exactly.
really healthy.
Yeah, I like this.
If
Give me
we
a hand,
stay
Crim.
in that fountain, we are going to be thrown out of the city.
But,
The guard's
Crimson,
like,
give me
no,
a
don't
hand.
worry. I'm just trying to make sure he doesn't die. The guard looks at you. You're aware exposure to that much holy water is dangerous, even for living creatures, right?
I don't know
Yeah,
what
but
holy
We don't
water
count it
is.
as living, but you make a point. Come on, Crimson, give me a hand.
Right.
Do you
Okay,
guys
do we
both
have to
try?
make a strength save? Sorry, do we
You
have to
can-
make a strength
grab
check?
onto him and yank
You
him
can
out.
make an athletics check. Since the two of
Right.
you are working together, whichever of one of you has the higher athletics score, make the check with advantage. Beansy, you can either try to dodge them grabbing you and pulling you out of the fountain with an acrobatics check, or hold your ground when they grab you with an athletics check.
Okay, I rolled a 16.
One moment. My sheet is loading. Okay, so what am I doing?
I got a 10.
Okay, you are pulled out of the fountain by Crimson.
No.
Wait.
The guard
If my sheet
thanks
will let me
you
scroll, so
and
what am I doing?
encourages you to make sure your friend doesn't go in the fountain again. And if he wants to go for a swim, there's a public pool like 5 blocks down that way in the Merchants District.
Okay, do I have to make a perception check to point at the sign that says "Do not swim in the fountain"?
No, it's pretty
What?
noticeable.
You did it. You made a fool of
Okay.
yourself. That wasn't even
But remember, Beansy's illiterate.
Okay,
Oh,
I
that's right, I can't
literally
read.
hold up the sign and read him the rules where it says "Do not swim, do not litter, one
I
vial
can't believe
per day
I
per
completely
person."
forgot that I can't read.
Yes. That's why I didn't stop you, by the way.
Right, so I pick up the sign
Oh, that's
and I
fantastic.
The sign's
I
kind of like
read out
screwed
the
into the
rules.
rim of the fountain,
Right.
but yeah.
Okay, so I literally read out the rules
So,
one by
the-
one,
the rules with the fountain-
condescendingly, so he knows that I am not at all pleased with him.
Do not litter, do not drink, do not throw coins in the fountain for wishes, do not enter the fountain, only take 1 vial per day per person, that
Don't
sort
enter
of
the
thing.
fountain after nightfall.
I mean, it's assumed you're not gonna be at the
You
fountain after nightfall.
Understand, Jeff?
Well, now that you've
Well,
read
that-
it to me, yeah, I can't read. Who the fuck makes a sign in common?
While that, while you two are going, hey, can I just grab your 2's holy water while we're here?
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I just
Now,
grab
out
all
of-
3 of their holy waters?
I can't quite hear you, Knight. Could you repeat that again?
Can I grab the holy water for all 3 of us?
Yes, you can.
I
No,
turn to the guy
there
that
are
knows
a
to do
good
that,
few
just to be
guards
safe.
around, so if you try to take more than 3, they will stop you. And just ask you to pour
Okay,
it in.
no, I asked the guy that was with us that if it's okay if I just grab the.
The 3 for all of you? Yeah, as long as you all make sure that you haven't taken more. We let people come down by the fountain to take 1 vial for their whole families if their families can't make it by today. It's just one of the privileges of living in Crystalia.
I have 100 family members. This entire ocean is mine.
Don't start. I grab the bottles and fill them up with holy water before handing them out to each one of us.
Cool.
Now, DM, could you add 1 vial of holy water to my
Character
inventory
sheet.
again?
Yeah, absolutely.
I better do that to mine too. I'll do it for mine.
Easy.
I rolled a body check Crimson into the pond.
Add items.
I got a 4. My attempt to throw Crimson into the pond didn't work.
Holy water adventure. Which one is it? Flask or just, holy water?
Vial, so flask.
Flask. Add. Add to backpack. Okay. Holy water has
Yeah,
been
DM,
added.
quick world question.
Yeah.
If we pour holy water onto our sword, does that get a temporary
Holy
Hol-
water
holy-
isn't thick enough to be treated as a weapon oil. However, if you
no, but like
sanctify
treat it
oil,
like
it would
beam it.
work.
No, treat it like a poison.
Yes, what I'm saying is the holy water would just fall off and it wouldn't work. You'd need to use an
not-
oil specifically for that effect.
Right. So
The holy water be mixed with a type of organic oil.
No, you just need to sanctify oil as opposed to sanctifying water.
right.
Uh,
Get a priest to
oh,
bless
just
it of sorts.
bless. Yes, yeah.
And it would be sword oil you'd need to use.
Yes.
So-
There's so the holy water, its consistency
Is
isn't
water.
thick enough to be classed. Yes, it's not thick enough to
Basically,
be
it's
classed as
literally
therapeutic.
water and not something slimy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like poison will attach to a sword's surface, whereas water.
If it's a poison that's
Not much.
intended to be used that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Whose turn is it?
Oh, well, you're all back together, so y'all collectively decide what you want to do now.
Okay. Well, I'm
I
kind of
informed
stuck.
Beansy about the deal while we're walking back to the Adventurers Guild. Is that good?
Yeah. So, Beansy, you're caught up to date with needing to talk with the head of the Thieves Guild again about
Why
removing the mark-
exactly do you guys keep going back to that man? He's going to stab all of us, and I know he's
Because
going to
someone
because he's
being
clearly the
captain of the royal guard
antagonist.
is pretty helpful to us.
No,
Well, clearly
just
this
stop
person
trying to get
who-
in with the people who serve the god of death or whatever.
the goddess
No,
of
I'm trying to get the
evil.
people that keep law and order around this place so I don't get mugged.
The law and order tried to keep me from my pond.
Law and order.
They're
makes
trying
sure
to
you
keep
don't
you from
kill people
dying.
on accident.
I wasn't dying. I was feeling fine.
Yes, but
Dot.
you could have potentially died.
Yeah, we all could potentially die. What are you talking about?
Those two keep arguing as we get back to the
You are
The-
basking in
Oh,
holy
Um,
water.
I'm just gonna
Feel
let you
holy.
all
Yes,
know
now I feel
that
holy.
I'm just gonna let you all know that Tim is in chat and he is encouraging y'all to draw a card from the deck of many things if you can get it.
we haven't done
Oh,
it yet.
well, we don't have it yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we don't have it
I
yet.
am tempted to just draw one just for the sake of it.
absolutely.
Oh, we need to explain to him what the deck does.
No, he knows what the deck does given what he said.
Yeah,
But Beansy, you don't know what the deck of many things is or what it does.
that's what I
Yes.
just.
It's a
Yeah,
For all Beansy knows, it's just some random card deck.
that you need to
Dude.
talk to the Lord of Thieves to get.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
It's just a deck of fucking cards. First, this. So let me get this straight. I was chasing a crab. Oh, by the way, I spent my entire day chasing a crab into the Feywild. It's fine. And then ended up in some sort of religious place where they told me that the king of shapeshifters is there. Did you know about that? He looked exactly like you. I'm not talking to the edgelord about this, by the way. I'm talking to the jester.
So Jester,
Mate, I grew up in an orphanage. That doesn't really help the situation.
What?
Yeah, so I need to update my chat thing.
yeah, well,
His backstory.
also keep in mind that the two of you aren't from this world, so wouldn't have any ties to anyone here regardless.
I know
Or
he
have
looked
anyone-
exactly like you.
Yes, well, that's what's saying a crab looks like a crab.
No, but he looks identical to you, apparently. Like,
How-
same
no,
outfit.
Note, you only got a glimpse of him, and it just looked kind of like you only saw him for a briefest moment, so you're not sure how close of a
Oh, I
look it
thought
was.
that all shapeshifters were supposed to look the same as
No.
in their, like,
All
default yesterday.
shapeshifters.
The whole
Yes,
thing
all
with
of them, all
shapeshifters
of them.
is none of them look alike.
Then why does this
Technically
one look so
speaking,
much like the
I'm
king
a
of
shapeshifter.
Doodas?
So, out of character. Technically speaking, I'm a shapeshifter because I can turn into a light.
No, you're not. Shapeshifters are a race. You're a transmog.
I sent something to the memes,
no,
by the way.
No,
I love-
no.
You are a changeling. Changeling is the race. Shapeshifter's
Yes.
a category of creatures. And
Yes,
it's
so technically speaking, I'm a shapeshifter because I can turn into a werewolf.
also note
Guys, I sent
you
I sent something to the meme chat. I think I want you all to see.
Yeah,
I added you
I
all
can't
over.
get there.
Nuts.
Hang on.
Is somebody holding a trilobite? Is it a trilobite? No.
It's a horseshoe crab.
Okay, thank you. I've never seen it before, so yeah.
He was like, oh.
God.
So,
I just want to be in the fountain.
what do y'all do?
Oh,
Well,
as we get back to the tavern. Is it a tavern or a guild hall?
It's both.
So I'll just call it a guild hall for now.
right.
I'm gonna go to the angelic barkeeper and see if there's any mini dungeons around.
Check the board. The board's got missions
I-
on
I-
it.
I
It's a
checked the
quest board
board
that
to
we
see if
can
it's
do.
been updated.
It has been updated. There is a new entire grouping of listings. At the bottom, it says that the Tower of Icarus still stands on the shores of Crucia and is causing problems for people. It says crab-like creatures are still invading the coast of Hexenfell for some reason.
I still vote the crab creature one, but okay,
It still says that there is these are the bigger quests that, like, the big dungeon crawl quests at the bottom, and the Tower of Icarus. Crab creatures are invading, feels like war is brewing, and there's some sort of chitinous fortress under the water that's materialized. There is still the posting of the comedy show hosted by the King of Liars in Abysswa. Again, under the big dungeon tier quests. But,
Intent.
yeah, this shit.
and there is also a listing of an expedition into the spell-scorched lands, just to see the ruins of the old war.
Oh, the spell scorched lands is what the Fae guys told me about, right? Yeah, spell scorched lands. Something about a blade of blackened ivory. Does that mean anything to either of you two?
Not a clue.
Considering we had never been here before, no.
Oh,
Any
right. I
small-
do keep forgetting that.
But I do say it would be worth the while to check out.
Yeah, once we get some funding in our pockets. What was that thing that there was a creature down at the docks?
Note that mission is no longer there. The creature that was harassing ships coming in and out of the city has been dealt with by a different adventuring party while y'all did things.
It's not like a video game where it stays put.
Yeah.
Our actions change how the world is around us.
Note, there's still a posting for a need for test subjects in the country of Arcadia. For that one hasn't been taken yet, but there are new postings.
I wonder why.
Some roving pirates have been harassing trading ships leaving the country of Tortuga, of southern Tortuga specifically, and southern Tortuga thinks they have been sent by northern Tortuga. Someone's in the United Kingdoms of Bahamut and Piety says that they're worried that people are going missing, but they've asked the church, and the church insists that those people never existed to begin with, and they're concerned that the
suspicious.
church is kidnapping people.
I want to do that one. I don't trust anybody.
Out of character, this reminds me of something that happened in Elder Scrolls Online, where the church was quite literally kidnapping new arrivals and sacrificing them to demons.
There is a posting of just some people wanting to establish contact with triads in the Southlands. And posting of just someone wanting some bodyguards for a journey through someone wanting some bodyguards for a journey through the Savage Lands.
That could be a good idea.
Maybe. Is there any? Can you guys see any dungeon crawls?
Yeah, there's this tower.
The Tower of
Not
Icarus.
those. You think we're high enough
I have a
level
feeling a
for it?
place like the Tower of Icarus might absolutely body us, considering none of us have any idea what we're doing here, including Mr. Edge over there, who seems like he should know things, but apparently doesn't know shit.
Can I do a perception check to read over any details that are in the flyer?
The
for
flyer
tower?
says, the Tower of Icarus has appeared on the coasts of, Crucia and is continuing to threaten the people of Crucia with waves of waxen elementals that are coming from it. So wax elementals
Out
are
of
being.
character, hypothetically, could one topple the tower?
It doesn't tell you what the tower looks like or anything of that, so you don't know. But the Tower of Icarus has appeared over Crucia, and it is seemingly creating things called wax elementals, which are attacking the people of Crucia.
I would like to investigate this tower.
Yeah, no shit.
How do we get there is a good question. But first I want to see if we can sort out this thing with the deck.
Alright, yeah, I guess we have to organize a meeting with this dude, considering he just sort of
Yeah,
exists.
we can do the thing, but I think the most immediate thing we can do right now is see if we can get that deck of cards.
So, what do y'all want to do?
I'm gonna go to the barkeep and see if she can, ask her how to get an appointment.
She's like, oh, you want an appointment with the King of Thieves? The easiest way would be just go over to the Topaz Flagon across the street, talk to the barkeep there, say you want to set up a meeting, and he can go ahead and do it. Generally, it'll take like a month or a month and a half for a meeting to even be scheduled, and then you'd probably be waiting a week after that. So, yeah. The King of Thieves is the Lord of Thieves. Sorry, not King of Thieves. The Lord of Thieves is the sort of person who seeks out you, and when you want to seek them out, he's kind of hard to get a hold of. But, you know, that is to be expected with, Tiamat's handmaidens.
Yeah, we might as well set up the meeting and check out the wax thing while we wait.
At the mention of the Topaz Tavern, I aptly decided to walk over to said Topaz Tavern.
Okay. Again, it is a place full of the scum of the earth, which is weird because
Yes.
it's in the guild district, which is where at the height of the city. But you see goblins and kobolds, and there's this one hobgoblin who's doing the knife game with his hand, and it's clear he's already lost one or two fingers. And there is the same Cambion that was here last time laughing at him, and the Cambion looks drunk as hell. You don't know what can get a devil drunk, but it did. There's the Topaz Dragonborn who runs the tavern, still there. He seems to be cleaning a mug. He looks at you. He rolls his eyes. He goes back to cleaning a mug.
I would like to talk to the Lord of Thieves about a mark.
He's like, what do you mean?
Well, I have it on good authority that there is somebody who has received said mark and wishes for it to be removed.
I'll walk
Yeah.
into the bar.
I can set up a meeting. No promises, though. It'll probably be like 2 months from now.
That would be very much appreciated.
Also, chances are, the thing that you're trying to remove the mark for will already be stolen by then. But, you know, you want to go through official channels, you go through official channels. I'll set up a meeting, and you just hope and pray the thing won't get stolen by the time your meeting comes about.
Yep.
Right.
Anything
Hey, I
else?
have a question. Seems how the Lord of Thieves, or whatever the fuck this dude's name is, seems how he is the Lord or something. Couldn't we just help him steal it? Because then we can possibly get the thing, unless he wants the thing, in which case we can just say we didn't get it.
You know how the Lord of Thieves is? He just manages things, you know? There's probably a client who wants it stolen.
Hmm.
Well, considering that clients tried to steal it multiple times and failed, and we've already convinced the dude we're going to help him not steal it, wouldn't he possibly grant us a audience if we offer to help him steal it? If he's having trouble, considering he already trusts us?
Again, I can set up a meeting. Can't do more than that unless you want to join the guild.
A meeting would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else I can do
That's
for you? You want
boring.
a drink or something? He points over to the Campion and the Half-Orc. I think they're doing a gambling thing tonight. I don't know. The Lord of
Is there
Dice
a-
doesn't
I'm
do
good.
much.
I don't want to get my gold swiped.
Yeah, fair enough.
I ask, is there a bounty board here?
No. This ain't no adventurers guild.
No, fuck off.
Quite
I turn to
literally.
Fool and say, this is the underside of
What's the name of this place again?
Crystalia.
this is the underside of Crystalia, where all the dark deeds are committed. There will
Well,
be
yeah,
there is
where
no
people
bounties or
fight
no
when someone's
official
dead.
things that happened here. The only
Yeah,
types
and
of
if someone
jobs
was
that
someone
go
good, they'd put a
here.
patch on their head.
Yes, but the only types of jobs that go here are those are assassination, thieves, intimidation, and anything of that sort.
Fine,
Yeah,
fine.
Jesus, what, do you not know that or something?
I was out of
Simply
character.
asking if
I
you're
was the
being-
first one in here. That's why I know this. Like on session 1, this is the place I went to.
I know. Why are you getting so grumpy at us for not knowing a thing none of us could possibly know? Stop yelling at me.
Okay. He's like,
You
is
guys
there
are paying
anything
attention to when I
else
walk
I
in.
can do for you?
Don't tell me
If
it's
you
another
want
sign
jobs,
because I'm
you
not
need to
reading it.
join the guild. Note. If you want jobs, you need to join the guild. That's all I can say.
So thank you for the.
No.
We'll just schedule an appointment. Thank you.
Cool. Then, if you'd be so kind, will you please leave my tavern?
At once, I say as I walk out the
Very
door.
well. I follow suit behind.
Okay. You are now all back in the city. Do you want to go
Right,
grab the Tower of Icarus mission?
Oh, we need something to buy our time. You're up for it?
Yeah, considering
I
we're waiting
think-
4 to 7 business years for fucking Tweedledum to get off his ass.
I noticed that we haven't eaten because this is in fact out of character. This is in fact D&D, and our characters have needs.
I'm
Actually,
just...
I feel fine since being in the pond.
You
That
do,
sounds
and
better.
actually I do hand wave kind of. There is food that is served at the bunkhouse.
And I ate apple
Okay.
pie this morning.
It's not like quality food. It's a bit
Yeah, I
crappy.
did watch Fool just eat an entire apple pie in one bite. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, like Fool ate too. It's like
Yeah,
they-
I
they-
just I tilted the mask upwards and just made a big dragon jaw bite into the cake, into the pie.
Yeah, they do just sort of they serve a basically very watery plain oatmeal at the bunkhouse.
That's perfectly fine.
Something you would cringe at.
Out of character, one of the things that I am, more than fine with eating is probably that.
Confirmation that Crimson secretly wants to eat cock.
So do you go back to the Adventurers
Yes.
Guild and inquire about the Tower of Icarus mission?
I'm good for it.
I go back to the bunkhouse. So, before we do that, I'd like to go get some food.
Sure.
Cool.
Trying to
In
remember
real
the-
life or in game?
Yeah.
No, in game.
In game,
Oh.
the guild house is the guild headquarters. The guild hall is also a tavern, so you can get food there
Yes.
at like
I'm
discount.
gonna
It'll
see if I
cost
can
you
try
like
and
3
buff
copper
as
for
well.
like a bowl of stew.
All right. Well, then let's head back to the tavern.
Cool.
I think Crimson was hoping for something with a bit more meat in it. Hey, Crimson. No, sorry, what's his
Something
name?
Simpler, actually.
No, you probably already ate like the oatmeal for breakfast that they
You
served.
probably already ate 5 men on your way down.
But like they have stews of various types. They have a whole hog on the spit. They can get you some ham.
Do they have like anything for on the go?
They've got jerky. But like if you want
That works.
to buy some like rations, they recommend the nearby supplies store.
Is there a bakery?
By 14 turnips.
There
Right.
is a bakery not too far away.
Okay.
I recommended it to
Yeah,
your
yeah,
friend
yeah,
the
it's
fool.
I
Eat
like
an
a sausage
entire
roll or
pie.
something.
What?
Should be a
Am I able to buy something equivalent to a sausage roll?
Why are you role-playing buying pastries?
I actually kind of want sausage roll now. You made me hungry.
Yeah, right? God damn it, Crimson,
Well,
your bullshit is
you
literally
know
making
what?
me
Um,
want to eat
yes.
a sausage roll.
Beef and sausage roll.
Yes, you can indeed buy something equivalent to a sausage roll at the
Okay,
bakery.
well then I go to do that.
However, they're American, so they call them pigs in a blanket.
Who's
Okay, that's
bloody
fine.
there?
That's not what a pig in a blanket is. A pig in a blanket is wrapped in bacon. That's where the pig comes from.
No, the pig is the sausage. And
Shut up.
Yes.
It's wrapped in
Okay.
bacon, it's not pastry.
it is wrapped in pastry. At least the ones in Chicago are.
Oh, yeah, over here they're not.
Yeah.
We name
Over
things
here,
no, wait,
differently.
sausage wrapped in
Wait, how
bacon,
you-
that's what pigs in
you
blankets are.
You did here. You got 3 Australians.
I know. I'm just being pedantic and silly.
That's perfectly fine.
It's wrapped in crystal pastry. If you try and bite it, you'll die.
No, they do get actual food imported from, namely, Arcadia. This bakery, on the bakery sign, it says, featuring 100% genuine Arcadian golden wheat.
Golden meat.
That perks my character's interest.
Does it?
Yes.
Do you ask about what Arcadian golden wheat is?
I do.
Oh, you don't know? Arcadia's famous for its wheat fields.
I'm not from here, per se.
Plainer traveler?
Something like that.
Ah, well, yeah, so Arcadia used to be like this big grassland with like one big mountain in the center of it, which is what Arcadia still is. But after the Grand Academies were developed, they needed something to supply food, so they pretty much turned the entire grassland surrounding the mountain and the academies into wheat fields. All maintained by golems and automatons.
You see.
What do I roll to pass out from boredom? It's a genuine question.
No.
Wisdom check, I guess? Wisdom save?
No, but I want to
Hey,
pass out from boredom.
Yeah, while they're in the bakery chatting it up, can I busk outside the shop, or is that against some type of rule?
What's busking? Oh, just playing an
it's
instrument?
basically playing music for money.
Yes, you can. And no, that's not against rule. Heck,
Cool, I rolled an
panhandling
8,
is
I pass
legal.
out on the
Wait,
table.
wait, hold up, out of character. Do you guys not have busking?
We do, we just call it something different.
What do you
is?
call it?
Just
Begging.
street performers.
Oh.
Oh, that's it.
Sweet.
So over here, street performers are a bit different. There's people who normally street performers over here are people who are doing like mimes, statues, stuff like that. But when it comes to like musicians, you know, playing for money on the street, that we call busking.
Yeah, no, we just call it all street performing.
Gotcha. Yeah, so
Okay.
So, y'all ready to head to the tower? Oh, by the way, did you?
The performance?
oh, I need to buy the food first.
How many do you buy?
1.
1 copper.
Okay. I have one.
I need to roll. I need to roll athletics to snore loudly.
I have
I don't want
one
Nate gets me.
silver. How does that work?
10 silver to a copper. Everyone has change.
Okay.
10 copper to the
They take
silver.
credit
So
card.
you hand them a silver coin. They'll hand you back 9 copper coins.
Okay.
Okay,
I
Unless they're a
will,
kobold, in which case they'll steal it.
While I'm waiting outside, I perform.
Yeah, make me a performance check.
Did you go through?
You earn
Wait, hold up. 9.
You earn $5.50.
8 copper and 9 silver.
Could you add that to my?
I
I mean,
definitely
you can. You have the thing right for. Oh wait, never mind. He's like on his phone, isn't he?
Yep.
Alright.
Note, you'd have to go to like a bank to exchange up, so.
Yeah. Has it been added?
Just about.
Okay, well that's happening. I meet up with the rest of the party, munching on a sausage roll.
Cool.
I smell the sausage roll and wake up from my sleep.
So, do y'all inquire about the Icarus, the Tower of Icarus?
I assume so.
Okay. They explain the Tower of Icarus appeared about 2 weeks ago. It was a very foggy night on Crucia, and in the morning, when the fog cleared, there was this tower of bronze and brass and wax, with vents of fire and flame and candles seemingly worked into the building as a whole. On top of the building, there is this strange wax-based automaton dragon thing. No one quite knows where the tower came from. It just sort of appeared. And we've sent a few adventuring parties in, but they haven't been able to make it up very many floors, due to the wax golems and elementals that just sort of form in the building. It seems to be some sort of dwarven workshop almost, with like gears and steam, very steampunk, very, you know, fire and steam and brass and bronze and gears, which is why we've called it the Tower of Icarus, because of the myth of the man with waxen wings.
Right.
We don't know where the tower came from. A feeling is some sort of planar influence. We did have a scouting party note that the building gave off a magical aura of being hollow. In like an
being
arcane
hollow?
sense. A strong
I
feeling
think-
of emptiness.
Void.
I think most buildings are hollow.
Jeff, it gave a sensation of the void. An
Oh, I
unsettling
have no
emptiness.
idea what the void is.
It's basically an unsettling emptiness that exists within dimensions.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
like
quick
this mission anymore.
Yeah, quick question. It's 8 copper, 9 silver,
Yes. I've
and
already
it's been added. Okay.
done.
Ignore the
Thank
jester.
you.
He's doing calculations for his taxes.
Jester pays taxes. On what? He owns no land. And
Not officially.
so what do you do? And we're just basically asking for adventurers climb the towers, see if you can figure out what caused the tower to show up, why the tower's there, what's creating the wax golems inside of it.
How skilled were the people who couldn't make it to the top of this thing exactly? How skilled were the other people who have tried to get to the top of this thing?
They were mainly just scouting parties, so if I had to, like, put it
okay.
on, like, a 1 to 20 scale, I'd say, like, 2.
We've got this.
Yeah, we'll be
I
fine.
mean, I'd put you
We're
guys at,
two
like,
more than that.
4.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
I
Roll
mean,
to
they
die off the edge of that
survived,
building.
but they did get fairly wounded in the tower. Molten
That's
wax.
alright. I'm high
can-
on like holy water right now.
Fair enough. There's a ship leaving for Crucia not too long. If you can make it down to the docks in time.
When's it leaving?
An hour, about? Should take you about, like, half an hour to get down to the docks. Less if you have a vehicle.
My character says, "Wait, the docks? Oh no."
Is it
What did
piloted
you
by
do?
some heavily dumb goblin?
I may have pissed off a goblin blacksmith.
Oh, of course you did. Of course you're ready to just cut someone.
No, it wasn't.
To be
because
fair, that
of
does sound like something you'd do.
It was not
Me
because
or
of
him?
that.
You insulted his best work, man.
He's a
It was the only person with a non-negative item bonus.
I may or may not have criticized his best piece. To be fair,
Why?
his other pieces were dense and broken, and yeah.
So you aimed for the only piece that wasn't? What did you roll, a 1 or something?
Something like that.
So do you guys head down to the docks?
Yeah, and
Shia-
I actively clissed the as a blacksmith.
Fortunately for you, the ship leaving for Crucia is at the other end of the docks. And as you
Good.
approach the ship, you notice it's not so much a ship as a giant water elemental that's just sort of been harnessed. There are just people standing on top of a living wave. And at the head of
It's
it
not
is
so much a Sorry.
and sort of at the head of it, it's sort of like a giant fish thing made out of living water and ice. And at the head of it is a water genasi. Note
It's
the
not so
people
much a
on the
boat,
ship.
it's more of a giant anvil. A giant dented anvil.
No, it's a giant
And look, we
fish.
recognize them. We
It's a
recognize
giant
the
fish
fucking
made
pilots.
of ice and water, with a water genasi helming, air quotes. She's sort of commanding it. On the back of it is a boat that most circumstances wouldn't typically float, but like is just a place for people to sit where they won't freeze. And a
Like
little,
a theme park ride.
yeah, almost. And you notice, like, on this boat, it's a lot of genasi and other elemental-esque people, in addition to a few crews of adventurers who are going to Crucia for other reasons. Do you ask for passage to Crucia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have anything to say? Any questions about what you're seeing?
Is this thing
I
gonna
just come
fucking
to expect
sink?
it. I'm questioning how much it's going to cost.
Well, they ask, why are you going? Crucia is generally
I'm
not
gonna
the
go to the
kindest
top.
on, no offense, but you flesh people.
Well, I'm really good with oceans. This guy's too edgy for water to affect him, and I think Fool's like just not really sure what he's doing today. So we're gonna go investigate the candle or something and find.
Oh, you're going to the Tower of
Yeah.
Icarus? In that case, the
Yeah, that's
journey's
that's
free.
What I said.
Yay!
Cool.
I
Wait.
wish you luck. More people have died
That's
going in
free.
that tower.
I thought no one died in that.
No one in the Adventurers Guild died there.
Oh, fantastic. Oh wait, I'm in Adventurers Guild. Never mind, I'm immune.
Oh wait, I'm in the Adventurers Guild. Never mind, I'm mute. Yeah, just hop in the boat. We'll be leaving in about 15 minutes.
Right.
Fortunately, Crucia ain't too far away.
Like half a day's trip.
I'd wager I can get there in a quarter. If I push good old
Nice.
Beastie fast enough. And
2
then
to
be,
6 hours.
yeah.
I have a question. I've already fallen overboard.
Mate, what have you done?
You notice that the Beastie, as she called it, is just grumbling in aquatic. Like, he's not having a good time right now.
I speak aquatic, don't I?
Yes, he's just bitching about being used for transportation.
Oh, is it
Well,
like one of
yeah.
those posh thinking people?
No, he's
That people
very...
think they're posh, but they're actually not.
Does it have a monocle?
No, it's just a giant fish. It sounds a bit guttural almost. It's just, you know,
It's
angy.
just a giant fish.
It's a grumpy fish that doesn't want to be used as a vehicle. That's being used
Son
by a
of bitch,
vehicle.
They caught a Magikarp.
Basically.
And then
You
they're
guys
all-
realize if this guy gets any more experience, he's gonna turn into a Gyarados and eat you, right?
Gyarados.
So you guys ready for the journey?
Yeah.
Okay, so the journey passes uneventfully.
Of course it does.
I talked to the fish about life.
It's surprised that someone else speaks aquatic, and then in aquatic, the captain says, "Please don't engage with him. He's not doing too great right now."
Yeah, probably because you enslaved him. Are we gonna talk about that?
It's not
I
slavery.
slowly
He's,
put my hand in my hands and I can feel the conversation going badly.
It looks a little bit like slavery. You've tied the man to a boat.
the
It's like-
elemental says, "Don't worry, I'm being paid. I just don't feel I'm being paid enough."
It's
This
slavery,
man
but
doesn't
with
feel like he's
extra
being
steps.
paid enough. What do you have to say about that?
They don't even give me dental.
He doesn't even get dental, woman.
Not
What the fuck is
dental?
this? You know I'm friends
Oh,
with the Thieves
man.
Guild, right? I'm reporting you.
No. They don't.
What are you, in the union?
Maybe.
He,
Um,
he invents the union.
As soon as I figure out what the union is, I'll be able to figure out in a minute.
The journey passes more or less eventfully. What do you two do during the journey?
I'm
I
just
asked
watching the waves
Crimson if you want
peacefully.
to play a deck of cards.
You're just shuffling your deck.
I politely
Crimson just
decline.
picks me up and throws me overboard again.
I politely decline as I'm watching the waves peacefully.
Treat yourself.
So, as you cross the ocean, you start to feel the waves turn turbulent. And she's like, "We're just about here, everyone." And you look, and over the horizon starts to loom towering mountains with howling winds, volcanoes. It is a mess of elemental chaos made manifest. Waves
Okay,
the
out of
height of
character, so
sky.
this is,
What?
this is like I'm guessing it's like akin to Spellscar.
No.
No?
There
Is
is
it
a
a
place
map?
called the Spell Scar. What this place is different. This is Crucia.
Okay.
It is marred by numerous stable portals to the elemental planes that have affected the way the elements act naturally on the island itself. Mountains move and shift. Winds are strong and howling almost always. Waves crash against the shore at the heights of skyscrapers, and the shore itself is even higher than that. Clouds become solid, all sorts of things. It's a very unstable place with living fire raging through the forests, who themselves are alive. You get what the idea is?
Mm-hmm.
It is the
Yeah.
home of the elementals.
Spooky.
And
Crimson's just observing the shoreline, and me and the fish are just singing "Sweet Caroline."
fair enough. It's where elementals are from. Living mountains walk across that land which is not sentient. Phoenixes and other air elementals fight each other in the skies. And on the shoreline, the few stable locations you see, villages of Genasi and Jinn and Ifrits and Marids live amongst each other.
By the way, guys, I'm gonna have to go like very, very shortly.
That's fine.
Understanding. We can wrap it up after you dock and get introduced to the sort
Yeah,
of
I just
hub
don't. I
town
just
of
don't
this
want you to
area.
start the huge thing, and then because I just realized what time it is.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna be nicked by parents. I mean, I'm technically not super important to this, so you could probably just write it in that I stay on the boat if you guys want to.
You arrive
No,
at the
that's fine.
shoreline, seeing a band of salamanders chasing a sort of Kuatoa fish-looking folk across the beach. The Genasi who are sailing with you reunite with family members, and yeah, welcome to Crucia, the primordial soup of the elemental plains.
Fantastic.
Quite a chaotic.
Yay!
Oh wait, there are locals that live on this place, but
Yes.
like this tower just sort of appeared out of nowhere.
You see the
I mean, we have
tower
local-
in the distance. It's actually relatively
we-
short compared to the mountains that are walking around.
And I just convinced one of the mountains to beat it to death.
Well-
I knew that was coming.
The Adventurers Guild is concerned on what's inside the tower, less the tower existing. They want you to know the why.
enough.
If they have one of the living mountains crush it or one of the phoenixes incinerate it, it wouldn't really help.
It might make.
Well, look,
matters
they haven't just done that out of boredom then, because they're fighting everything at the moment.
Well, it's mainly the phoenixes fighting everything.
Birds.
By the way, if you are not familiar with how phoenixes work in D&D, they're about the size of small islands.
Jesus.
Oh God.
I always thought we were doing like.
They're the same
birds-
size
like
as the
birds-
living mountains. There are storm clouds, sort of winged storm cloud snakes of a similar size fighting, and you can see a lot of things in the water around the island of a similar size. There are things called primordial elementals here that live amongst you. Typically, primordial elementals are forces of destruction, but here, since they feel like they're closer to home, they just sort of vibe.
Nice of them.
You are in the small people village, though, where salamanders and genies live. Salamanders, genies, and genasi.
Gotcha.
You just went really quiet.
Sorry. There are buildings here made of brass and quartz, and some of them that just appear to have been shaped from clouds.
Curious.
You are...
Oh right, the clouds have solid, aren't they?
Yes.
Oh, it's on the Terraria floating islands. They've got the balloon up there unless you double jump. We should get there. That might help us get above the tower.
You are directed to the local Adventurers Guild, which is, again, one of the few buildings made of wood.
Yeah, right next to the Phoenix that is just
Yeah,
staring at
that
going,
seems in
are they
poor
baiting me?
taste. That seems in poor taste considering where we are.
I like the idea that none of the Phoenix are engaging it because it's way too obvious and it's very clearly a trap. But,
You
like,
enter
no
the
one would be
Adventurers
stupid enough to
Guild.
actually make a building out of wood here.
I mean, it's in Portes building a building out of stone too, isn't it?
Well,
Not really,
that's much
stone
less
is more
flammable than
durable.
fucking wood.
Fair enough.
Yeah, stone is more durable than fucking
That being
wood.
said, somebody made a fucking tower out of wax, so I think everyone is just stupid. Maybe the goblin hide. Maybe the goblin built this
Is
place.
there like some kind of barrier protecting it or something?
You don't know.
Okay.
And as you enter the Adventurers Guild here on Crucia, is where I am going to leave things off.
Okay, cool.
How'd y'all
Yeah, sorry about the
enjoy?
whole timing thing, gentlemen.
That was fun. Especially like
Yeah.
dragging Jeff out of the fountain.
Yeah.
I literally, because I just thought, okay, it's a water fountain. These guys are talking. I'm just gonna fucking hop in it.
Not
Yeah.
realizing, oh shit, it's holy water.
Well, I didn't know it was
They
gonna
can
be
kill you if
anything.
you
I just
don't go
fucking
properly.
boggled into it. And I completely forgot the fact that I can't read, so it puzzled me on to know what the spelling said. It's just like a skull and crossbones, but I don't know.
Crimson, will you be starting your
That's funny
personal
enough.
stream soon? Should I keep mine up long enough to raid you?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Let me just get everything up and going.
Cool.
It's gonna be another Monster Hunter stream, by the way.
Cool.
So, you guys excited for your first foray into the Tower of Icarus soon?
Yeah, hopefully this time I'll be at my computer.
Mm. Yeah, we did quite well considering like the circumstances. Fucking Crimson passed out for an extra 3.5 hours. We pushed up because we were all sleeping like shit anyway. I had to go. Knight wasn't even home. We did quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm proud of us, guys.
Even
Fucking
though,
picture of someone just picking up the horseshoe crab.
Ugh.
Just remove me from the fence. Like, no. It's comfy in here.
1 second. Close that out. Yes. Whoa, what the?
It's inspiration, isn't it, that allows you to reroll shit Baldur's Gate 3. I'm assuming that's not something that's in, like, fucking...
Yes,
Actual
that's
D&D, that's
called
just like the
DM
game.
inspiration. And if you do a jape or a joke that's good enough, I've actually used it on you a couple of times.
What?
It's basically when I tell you, I don't like how that turned out. Reroll that. That's DM inspiration. Or, I tend to give inspiration retroactively when I think it's bullshit if you failed something.
Fair
Me
Oh,
and
like
that
if I was
fucking
trying to-
mashup, I call bullshit.
Like if I was trying to chase the crab and, like, got 2 1s because my legs
Yeah.
turned off.
Well, no, when you were chasing the
okay.
crab, you failed. You rolled a nat 1, remember? And I'm like, you know what? No. You had advantage because I gave you inspiration. There you go.
Oh, fair enough.
Here, enjoy the free roll. Right.
Go, gadget, enemy crab.
Should be up and going now.
Okay. I will be raiding out to
Thank you.
fall.
How many
Wave.
humans are watching now?
Only 2, but you know.
Rude.
No. 1 now.
I'm gonna head off for a bit.
I'll
Alrighty.
see y'all
That's
at a later date.
Righto.
Adios.
I'll be back. I'll be